And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the New York Mets and the Boston Red Sox. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about set to go now. And on the hill in this one, Walker Buehler. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
Well, coming into this game, hitters are batting under 250 against this starting pitcher. So it just shows you how effective he's been. He's been able to move his pitches around, add and subtract, change up the look so that hitters don't get too comfortable and start squaring up the baseball. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Here's Francisco Lindor. A little out front there as he swings through it. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he got him. 1 out.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on it.
Throw off line. He's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. You can't do much better than that on a pitch that far outside of the strike zone. Got him in a chase on the two-strike count, but he wasn't fooled. He hit that ball really well.
Here's Pete Alonso. Ripped on a line to center. Base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, 1 out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
Here's Brandon Nimmo.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
And that is downstairs. It's 2-2.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Two on, 1 out. Stays alive. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. This to center field, and it falls. Here's the throw. It's off the mark, and he scores. And it's 1-0. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Two on, 1 out. So now here's the Mets DH, Mark Vientos. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
Alonso, the lead runner at second. Nimmo over at first with 1 away. That's off the inside corner. Full count now.
Got a full count.
That's ripped. Base hit. Alonso is waved home. 1 run across. Duran quickly gets it back in. Runner holds at third, so just 1 across on the play.
That's a good job right there. You get 2 strikes on you, just got to battle.
Runners at the corners here, 1 away. And now here's Jeff McNeil. The pitch. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Acrobatic throw for 1 to first, not in time. Great effort there.
I promise you, there are guys that get a little bit faster when they can smell an RBI. That was a possible inning-ending double play. Great hustle, and he gets rewarded with the RBI because of it.
Now a chance for Francisco Alvarez. 2 outs. Ball. He swings and fouls one off. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Campbell. And that'll do it. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Mets 3 and the Red Sox coming up. Back now at Fenway, towing the slab in today's game, Max Kranick. What do we need to know here?
And a guy like this is going to keep you in the ball game. He's going to go out there, compete. Not going to see a whole lot of flair and flash, but he's going to hand it over to the bullpen at some point. And if you've been able to score a few runs, you'll be in it late. So we'll see if he's able to do that for his club in this one.
That misses. Ball 2. And a foul ball. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question your...
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. And it's off the green monster. Into second, and he's got a double.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
One out, runner at second. Here's Alex Bregman. It on the ground to short. Whips it to first. And they get Bregman for the out. Time now to check out the lineup for the Boston Red Sox. And in an era with a lot of strikeouts, they are right on trend, Chris. A lot of swing and miss in this lineup. And they come in with more strikeouts than any other team in the league right now.
Well, clearly they're looking to connect and hit the ball a long way, but at some point you've got to shorten up, and you'd like to see hitters do it, especially when they're having a hard time scoring runs. With 2 strikes, maybe spread out a little bit, choke up the bat, and just try to put the ball in play. There's a good chance that you'll find a hole and maybe gets
cut on and lifted in the air, and it drops in. Here's the throw to the plate. It's offline. The run comes in. It's 3-1. So 2 down. Here's the center fielder, Christian Campbell. That one is absolutely belted. And out of here. He deposits that one into the monster seats. A 2-run homer. It's his 6th home run of the season. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 3-3. That was blasted.
Absolutely. No doubt off the bat.
Let's take another look at it, but this time with the help of StatCast.
Well, this one wasn't hit that high, but when you can launch it at 111 miles per hour off the bat and get some backspin, it'll carry enough to get out of here.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. And here's the first baseman, Nick Sogard. Line drive. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Batting seventh, the shortstop, Trevor Story.
Trevor Story comes up to the plate.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing and miss, get into that dugout and hit the reset button.
Two. Sogard off of first with 2 away. Pickoff throw, and he's back in there. 2-2. To the right side, McNeil tosses to first. That ends the frame. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. We're tied now at 3 apiece. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here in Boston, top of the second, and stepping in for New York, Brett Beatty. And it stays fair.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Tyrone Taylor will hit next. That one not close, and it's 2-1. And he hits a ground ball right side, and foul ball. That one to first. That's a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Really protecting with 2 strikes right there. Pitch wasn't even close, but man, he got the barrel to it somehow. Nice job of bad ball hitting.
Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. Buehler fires on the ground to first. Off balance speed. There's one. Relay to first. Double play.
The 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there they made it look pretty easy.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position, and now it's Juan Soto. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 2. Two outs and a runner at third here at the top of the second. That one outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that skips in the dirt.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Two outs. Gets a piece. and stays alive. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's going back. Back some more. And it's out of here. Into the home bullpen for a homer. And they add a couple more. It's 5-3. He kept swinging, and it paid off.
Well, that was a battle, Boog, and he just kept taking his cuts. Finally squared one up. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spit on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
So 2 away with nobody on. So up next for New York, Pete Alonso. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt.
1 and 2's the count.
Two out, space is empty. Center field. Campbell makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Mets add 2 runs on this blast. It's now 5-3. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Bottom of the inning,
Leading
and now
off,
David Hamilton.
Red Sox, the second baseman, David Hamilton.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed
Batting
his
ninth,
spot.
the
Hitter
catcher,
didn't offer at it.
Carlos.
Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Carlos Narvaez up next for the Red Sox.
This is a great dynamic right here. Speedy runner at first, thinking about taking second. Catcher with the pop time that leaves Jaws on the floor. This might get interesting, Boo.
That's a ball.
Runner at first with no outs here. And that's in for a strike. And it's 2-2. Our plate umpire, Earl Hendricks.
Yeah, with Hendricks, Boo, kind of interesting. He's a good, consistent umpire, but you do hear that he kind of favors one side of the plate more than the other. So it's really hard to know for sure, but I think that usually it has to do something with where he sets up prior to each pitch.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Oh, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me, it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your 2-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss, as you did right there.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get 1 out first. It's going to be tough to get 2 with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
Up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count.
2-2.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Kranick throws over. Hamilton back on a dive. Hamilton, the base runner at first with 1 out. That one the other way. The throw to second, not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
Rafael Devers up to hit. Just missed.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
In plenty of time to first, and Devers is set down. And that will end the inning. Back here at Fenway, top half of the third inning, and stepping in for New York, Brandon Nimmo. Pop foul out of play off to the right. In the dirt, and the count is 2-2. Just off the outside part of the plate.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
In the air, center field. Campbell under it. He makes the grab, and there's one down. And now it's Mark Vientos. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
And Earl Hendricks punches him out. That's a strikeout.
Oh, big power guy right there, and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. He tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Here's a 1-2. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Gets it to first. That's out number 3. Nothing doing for the Mets. And it remains 5-3. Back in Boston, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now it's Alex Bregman. There's a strike at the knees, and the count is 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
And he gets Bregman. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Wilyer Abreu. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. 1-2 now. And that's in the dirt.
2-2.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Alvarez collects, fires to first, in time for the second out. Good job to clean it up after the drop third strike. Christian Campbell up next for the Red Sox. Here's a 2-1. Sliced hard but foul.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
2 down, nobody on. Battling here as he fouls it away.
He hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this pitcher.
That missed inside, and now it's filled up 3-2. Good job to fight that one off. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. Lands another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. Still a 2-run deficit. It's 5-3. Back inside Fenway Park, and now the catcher comes up to him. Francisco Alvarez. You know, Singy, they talk about Red Sox Nation, but there is something to that because the Boston Red Sox aren't just about Boston or Massachusetts. It's that whole New England area. So you're talking about Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Northern Connecticut. There's a whole segment of the country that is locked in on the Boston Red Sox pitch to pitch throughout the summer. Struck him out. Really fooled him with the breaking ball there.
I mean, there aren't many curveballs in the sport today that break like that thing does. Huge movement. It's so difficult to get on the same plane and even think about squaring it up, let alone get a piece and hope he throws something else to keep the at-bat alive.
Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. 1 out, bases empty. Pitch misses there. 2-2.
They travel really well, and I think Red Sox fans are sprinkled all over the country.
And that skips in the dirt. That one is blasted left field towards the monster. Holds it in on the warning track.
Tried to take on the wind in left field right there. Just a little too much traffic up in the air. Mother Nature won that one. It's hard to say, but I think that might be gone otherwise.
Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Next offering is in for a strike.
He's so solid. Calms the heart rate of the pitcher and the manager when the ball goes up in the air. You just automatically assume that it's an out every time it's hit in the air.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Back here at Fenway. And now the first baseman, Nick Sogard.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glove.
Oh, and that deflects off his glove. Not in time. Great effort, but it's an infield hit. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Max Kranick won't go any further tonight, and a decent effort considering he's normally a reliever. Back with the new pitcher in a minute.
Now pitching for
Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Clay Holmes.
35.
Should be a good first matchup for him here. He's been doing a great job against right-handed bats so far this season. They've had a lot of trouble squaring him up.
Here's Story now. Down low and kicks away. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down. That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And a swing and a miss. And there's one down. And next for the Red Sox, David Hamilton.
The
He's
second
been
baseman,
such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
There's a swing and a miss.
1 and 2 is the count.
That one misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fights it off. He'll see another. Here's a 2-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him on base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Here's the catcher, Carlos Narvaez. Man on second, 2 down. And a swing and a miss there.
1 and 2.
Man at second. Fights that one away. Still 1 and 2. And there's a ball.
Ball.
This one in the dirt.
Count is full.
So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Walks out of the bullpen can absolutely kill your momentum very quickly. There's some hot water trying to protect this lead.
So the lineup flips over. Now batting Jarren Duran. Singy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots. Right through there for a strike.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
No,
missed with a changeup. Now 2 and 2. So both runners should be on the move here on the full count pitch.
Yeah, this is a good chance to tie up this ball game. See if he can find some open grass in the outfield.
Rafael Devers in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Strike 3, got him swinging. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Now pitching for the RedSox.
We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Garrett Crochet.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Leading off for the Mets.
And now it's Frankie Lindor.
Francisco Lindor.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. Abreu makes the catch. 1 down.
Now batting, right fielder Juan.
Here's Juan Soto.
I thought this was a fun note on Soto. In 2023, he hit home runs in Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. I don't think it matters where Soto plays. He's going to hit home runs everywhere he goes.
Boston's bullpen with some activity. Justin Slayton getting ready to go. Newcomb, the lefty, warming up as well. One down, base is empty. Yeah, that's fouled off. And it remains 2-2.
Count's full.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees.
Now batting.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso.
Alonso.
Two down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the fifth. On the ground to short. Tosses across to first. And that takes care of Alonso. And that'll do it. And welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Devers down.
Rafael Devers.
Not even close there. And a count 2-1. Now one missed. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Third baseman number 2.
Now it's Alex Bregman. Working down in the zone to start the at-bat, looking for that double play ground ball.
Yeah, back-to-back sinkers there. He's looking for some weak contact or to get this hitter to roll over. Now, as a hitter, you have to be really disciplined. Don't look down because you'll end up chasing the ball down. Set your sights high. Maybe you get a mistake.
Breaking ball misses down and away. That misses. Ball 3.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boo.
Devers aboard here at first with nobody out. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
Full count.
And he gets Bregman. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
This guy will throw any pitch in any count. 3-2. He goes off speed, gets the out.
Abreu.
And now the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. This to third. Throws to second for 1. Over to Alonso for the inning-ending double play. So they go quietly there. 5 innings complete. It's the Mets 5 and the Red Sox 3. Top of the 6th inning. Here's the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Well, he just threw that
1-2.
fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
And they'll do it again. Way high.
2-2.
On the ground right side, and that chance handled. Fires to first on the run. It's there, and that's a great play.
The batter, the designated hitter, Mark Vientos.
Now it's going to be Mark Vientos. Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top half of the sixth. Got him looking. Called strike three and a fastball up in the zone.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Offense held in check there. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6, and the 5, 6, 7 slots due up. It's the Mets 5 and the Red Sox 3. And now the center fielder, Christian Campbell. And it was a homer back in the first inning that got his day started at the plate.
Yeah, Boog, a 2-run blast, and that swing will give him confidence the rest of the way.
Swing and a foul straight back. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, when you throw the same pitch back to back, that's how you want
Now
to do
back,
it. Set him
the
up in the
first
strike
baseman,
zone,
Nick.
then extend a little bit from there and see if you can get him to chase. Nicely done with the slider right there.
Next is switch hitting first baseman Nick Sogard. One down, base is empty. Way upstairs, and a count 2-1. And that one fouled off. And that's in the dirt. And that's ball 3.
Full count.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Got him. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there.
The batter,
Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Here's Trevor Story. Here's a 1-1. That clips the corner. The Red Sox down by a pair here in the bottom of the 6th. Next offering is downstairs. Popped up. Lindor squeezes it, and the inning is over. Nothing doing for Boston. They're still down 5-3. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new
Now
pitcher on the mound, Justin Slate.
And he's done a
Number
great job
63.
keeping the ball in the park this year.
Justin.
The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez.
Francisco Alvarez.
The 2-1. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. That one ripped. And it's off the wall. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle to carry it over the wall, but still an excellent swing of the bat.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Brett Beatty digs in now. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 1-2. Look out.
That hit him.
And it hit him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. Tyrone Taylor getting ready to hit.
The bottom of the order here, Boog. You got to go right after this guy.
As they look to pick up an add-on run, and the number 9 guy at the plate. Swings and misses. It's 2-2. Activity in the bullpen. Greg Weiser up and loosening in the pen. And a base hit into right center field. Coming home. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead.
Comes through with the RBI. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
So runners at the corners, nobody out. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. On the ground, right side. Over to Story for one. And a run scores on the double play.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play. And then from there, completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Juan Soto now, and he's already left his mark on this game.
He certainly has, Boog. A 2-run shot in the 2nd inning, and that made an early impact on this game in a big way.
That one fouled off. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Mets 7 and the Red Sox 3. And we're back here at Fenway Park, set for the last half of the 7th. And stepping in for Boston, David Hamilton. The Red Sox in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
The 1-2. Inside,
2-2.
almost got him. That one misses, and the count's full.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. The game plan that he's sticking to, he's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
Hamilton gets his lead at first with nobody out. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
The other way, base hit, and out to a board.
Now batting, the left fielder, Jaron.
Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Jarren Duran. Fouls it off, still 1-2. First and second here, no outs. That misses the zone, and that's ball 2. Next offering misses down and away.
We got a full count.
Swing and a ball line to center. Brings it in with a nice running grab. And there's one down.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinky liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
Now it's Devers at the plate. Runners at first and second with one gone. Here, the bottom of the 7th. Edge of the zone for a strike. Now 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Two on, one out. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
This guy's seen 2 changeups in a row. Could be a little vulnerable for a fastball right here.
Next pitch is downstairs. Runners at first and second with one gone.
Count is full.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Headed for the plate. Now a long throw home, but it's offline. It's 7-4.
Just a great at bat right there. Saw a lot of pitches. Love how he just kept it simple there. Didn't come out of his mechanics. Nice tight swing, hard hit ball. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ballgame.
Comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Clay Holmes done for the night, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for
the Mets with a new arm on the mound, Ryan Stanek.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
And in this critical spot, up steps Alex Bregman. The tying run at the plate.
That's the ball.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog. Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Tying run at the plate. Right through there for a strike. And that one is lifted in the air. Taylor makes the grab on the run.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Wilyer Abreu, the next to hit. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
And this is inside. Action in the pen down there. Edwin Diaz up and throwing. Cabrera, a left-hander, also throwing. 2 on, 2 outs. And they're all loaded up.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted at first base with a quick free pass.
2 outs, bases full. So stepping in for Boston, Christian Campbell. And there's no doubt that they'll feed off the energy from this crowd, right?
I mean, yeah, I'd say the intensity level has gone up a few notches for sure.
So they're all loaded up with 2 outs. Outside.
Boog, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Nope, ball.
At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Full count.
He fouls it off. We'll do it again. Line drive out towards left field. That's a base hit. 1 runs in. Now a second crosses the plate. And they trail by 1.
Big one there as he drives in a couple of runs. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock. Really important at bat coming up now.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Ryan Stanek won't go any further, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for
Taking over on the mound for the Mets, Genesis Cabrera. This southpaw has been really good against left-handed hitters. First and second, 2 outs. Nick Sogard will hit next. Ground ball, Alonso takes it himself, and that's terrific work out of the bullpen. 1 pitch to end the frame. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, but 2 are left stranded. 8th inning coming up. It's the Mets 7 and the Red Sox 6. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Garrett Whitlock.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
Whitlock.
So digging in, Pete Alonso.
The first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Hard hit left side. Tosses to first, and that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. And next will be the Mets cleanup hitter, Brandon Nimmo. On the ground to the left. On to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Up next for the Mets, the designated
Mark
hitter,
Vientos up now for the Mets.
Vientos.
Next pitch misses way outside. The Red Sox with some bullpen action. Justin Wilson, the left-hander, up and throwing. Two down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th. That's a ball, went with the sweeper. And down on strikes he goes. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Mets go down quickly. They'll try and hold on to their 7-6 lead. And we're back
Leading
on
off,
to the bottom of the
Toronto
8th.
Red
And
Sox.
stepping in for
That's
Boston,
shortstop,
Trevor
Trevor
Story.
Story.
And the tying run is on base.
Now back, second baseman.
Looks like a pinch hitter for the Red Sox, Rob Refsnyder.
And this is a big at-bat coming, Boog. Definitely a little added pressure on him here.
Holding on to a 1-run lead here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Just missed.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
And that is out of play.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Called out on strikes. Buckled him with the backdoor breaking ball for strike 3.
No, I can't argue with that one,
Now
and
batting,
clearly he was
the
looking
catcher,
for something
Mark
else. Anything but the breaking ball.
yeah.
It's a great pitch to hit right there if you're looking for it, and kind of a gift at a 2-strike count. But sometimes you just get fooled, and you got to tip your cap.
Looks like it'll be a pinch hitter, Connor Wong. He represents the go-ahead run.
Wong.
And a 2-1 on the way. Story on the move. Line drive and a base hit. Tough spot for the pinch hitter, and he delivers. Throw comes in quickly, and the tying run forced to hold on at third with 1 away.
One of the hardest things to do in the game, to stay mentally and physically ready for the big opportunity, and he came through for his club right there.
Jarren Duran steps to the dish in a big spot. One out. The possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. On the ground, could be 2. Off-balance speed, there's 1. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Well, it's always a tough double play to try to turn right there, and the hitter knows that. He's going to hustle all the way up the first base line to prevent it. Nice job of getting that run across.
And it's Rafael Devers in the box. Check swing, and he went. And a count now even up.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
Next pitch is outside. Action in the Mets bullpen. Oscar Brazoban, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Garrett getting loose as well. Three-two. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Stays alive. Line drive, base hit. Throw quickly to the infield, and the go-ahead run has to hold up at third with 2 away.
Well, he really had to battle for that one. Man, that was so fun to watch. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield. And a huge opportunity now to grab the lead at this point in the game.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Genesis Cabrera out of the game, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm
Now
after a quick break. So they turn to the veteran pitcher in this spot, Reed Garrett.
He's throwing the ball very well overall this season. He's been really tough to get to. You see that ERA, and that's where you love to be.
Go-ahead run is at third. And next for the Red Sox, Alex Bregman. And strike 2.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
And that's downstairs and outside. Back and forth we go, a seesaw battle in the late stages of this one. Base hit center field. In comes the runner from third, and it's an RBI single. They lead it in the 8th.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
First and second, 2 outs. Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox. Hammered down the line. Could be extra bases. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. Coming home, the relay throw. There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning. So they get 3 and jump ahead late. 9th inning coming up. It's the Red Sox 9 and the Mets 7.
Now pitching.
Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Aroldis Chapman.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Cedar Rafaela comes on defensively now as he takes over as the new second baseman.
Number 3.
Jeff McNeil stands in.
Rafaela.
Next offering is down low. On the ground, and that's just foul.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
Up the middle. Handles, throws to first, and they get the leadoff man in the 9th.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
He's 2 outs away. Alvarez digs in now. Red Sox leading it by 2. That misses. 3 balls and a strike.
3-1.
That one at the knees for a strike.
Count is full.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
100 miles an hour, foul that off. That's a good piece of swinging. I won't say hitting because he didn't get a knock, but a good piece of swinging to keep the at-bat alive.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Has room, and he makes the catch. So it's their last chance in this one. And next for the Mets, Brett Beatty. Two outs. They're down to their final strike.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days. You would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
This could end it. Just misses with that one.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Two down, nobody on. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Ground ball, and this should do it. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Red Sox slugged their way to a win in this one.
All these players were able to take the lead in the bottom of the 8th and just cruise to this win, getting those final 3 outs in the top of the 9th. Excellent job of securing your home field and keeping the fans in the ball game all the way to the end. Nice W all the way around.
And 9-7 is the final here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.